Welcome into another high school preview show. This time we got Coach Byrd from Cheraw. Coach, what is going on?
Hey, guys. How are y'all today?
A little cold, waiting on the weather to hit. Espo's going to be hunkered down too, right, Espo?
I mean, they're calling for some little rain, and we ain't got nothing like what they're calling for up in your neck of the woods. So we'll be, down here in what they call a God's country here in Columbia, we don't get too much of that bad weather. So you guys get up there in that upstate, so we'll be all right.
They even got a little bit of the hurricane this past time. They didn't want much of that, right?
Now we got too much of that hurricane. Now we got way too much of that. That dang hurricane forced me to have to get a new car. I wasn't all about that one. So it was.
Yeah, that's not good. I can handle a lot of Irish here want to see a little bit of snow. I can handle that as long as we stay away from this ice and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I know my kids keep asking, "We're getting snow." I'm like, "I'll take the snow. Just keep the ice out of here. We'll be all right."
That's correct.
No doubt. Coach, we appreciate you hopping on, kind of hop into it right here. Let's talk about last year a little bit, your guys' journey throughout the year.
Yeah, we lost we had a tough battle there with Buford. Ended up coming down to the last game of the season for us and held an early lead and just couldn't hold on to it. And, of course, Buford was a solid team in our region. And not only, our region's tough year in, year out. Chesterfield's been young here the past few years, but AJ has been solid in the run that they've had the past 4 or 5 years. And York Prep has had new coaching coming over the past few years. It's done a great job there. And, of course, Central's been extremely well coached there the past few years with Coach Strickland there. So we're in a solid region. If you're not ready to play night in, night out, you're going to have a chance to take an L. But we were fortunate to work our way through there. Not only that, North Central has been very, very good the past couple of years as well. And Coach Center has done a great job. And Brandon, I think a lot of him and what he's done with his program as well. But you just look there at the runs that they've made in the playoffs the past few years. Any of these teams are, capable of beating you any given night. And they're well-coached teams. I think a lot of all the coaches that we have in our conference, and they've done a good job to pick the level of play up in this region. And if you're not ready to play, you're going to take an L. But we end up losing an early lead and end up losing the region to Buford, and then so we got put in a situation where we were 2 seed and end up having a decent run in the playoffs. But you match up with your state championship contender there again in Oceanside, and have a 9-inning battle with them and just fall a little short. Had a chance to win the game and before going into extra innings and didn't execute a couple of things. And then we're one not only one out away, but one strike away from finishing it, and didn't do it. And then to throw the salt on the wound of that, then we have about a 2-hour rain delay. Come back and they end up pushing one across, and we get home about 3:00 in the morning, and your season's over with. But overall, we competed extremely well. I felt like if we had a chance to somehow we could have pulled that game out, we could have had a chance to get on a chance to win that district and advance in the playoffs, and who knows, even compete for one. But we've got these young guys that are 7 of them now are seniors, who's had a taste of it for the past few years of getting in the playoffs and seeing what type of competition that we're with. Now, obviously, you won't see Oceanside in there with us this year, but you're still going to see some very good teams. And I'm just hoping that we've been close with the opportunity of advancing from the district and winning the district 2 years ago to fighting a tough team in Oceanside this past year that went on to win it. Hopefully we can, we're looking forward to an opportunity that we can put a team on the field that could possibly compete for one. But, I've been doing this too long to know that, just because what you've done last year and the year before doesn't mean it lines up that way. Sometimes it's even tougher. But, we're coming off what we've had and some of these young guys that we've been able to, that's got beat up a little bit over the years. Hopefully we'll be hungry to put a good product on the field and see where we can go.
Now, Coach, you talk about some of those young guys and some of those seniors coming in this year. Who are some of your top returners, some guys that you're looking to kind of take some of that leadership role and help you guys, maybe make that next step this year for you guys?
Well, I'll say this: our seniors, Jackson Byrd's our starting second baseman, was our leadoff guy. Really not a leadoff guy for us typically, but found a way to get on base for us, and he'll be another kickstart for us, and has got a chance to be, we think, a good player for us, whether it's in that leadoff spot or somewhere else in the lineup. Caden Johnson, who is a senior pitcher and middle infielder for us. These guys last year, I mean, I'll just throwing some stuff out there. You had Jackson Byrd, who hit 347 for us last year in the leadoff spot. You had Caden Johnson, who hit 386 for us, a lot of times in that 2-hole spot for us. And one, I'll flip right here. Just so I'll make sure I tell you right here. But pitching wise, Caden was he was 4-0 on the mound for us with he threw 31 innings for us with a 2.96 ERA. So he ate up a lot of innings for us. A two-way player for us that we really think's got a chance to be good for us again this year on both sides there for us. Another kid, Braden Michael, is an outfielder and pitcher for us. He was this past year was Braden was let's make sure I got you. He was 2-3 on the mound for us. Velo wise, probably our top guy. It's got a chance to be around 85, 87 range for us. Had a 3.88 ERA for us last year. Got a chance to hit in the middle of the order for us. Extremely athletic kid. Looking forward to where he has a chance to go for us this year, not only on the mound, but as a two-way player for us as well. I think the sky's the limit for him, for the potential that he could show for us on both sides as well. Another senior, Will Quick, is our third baseman, and ended up having a little bit of arm trouble, so he didn't get to throw as much for us. But we feel like he's got a chance to be. He only threw 11 innings for us last year, but was big in the playoffs for us. Had a 2.54 ERA, but he also he was our number 3 hitter this past year, and led our team in hitting at 444. With 8 doubles and 2 home runs and 29 RBI on the year for us. And like I said, we're excited. He finished up good with Diamond Prospects, and so did Braden and Caden. And Caden played football, so he wasn't a part of it. But Jackson, all those guys were part of Diamond Prospect this fall and ended up having good years for us. And I'm just going through the seniors right now. Charlie Phillips, senior that's pitched for us since 8th grade. Charlie's 6'6", is a guy that's been around 83, 85 range for us, but is a solid pitcher as you could get. When the games were on the line and we needed some big wins and stuff, Charlie has went out there and not only done that this past year, but really throughout his career. He was 4-0 for us this year as well, through 24 innings, and had an ERA of 2.30. So we're excited that see him build off of that. Really humble kid. Actually, this year's first year playing football, end up being our field goal kicker. We had 2 field goal kickers that were 6'5", 6'6" plus, so we had the biggest kickers in the state. But Charlie has not only had a good year for us this past year, but has been solid, like I said, since he's in the 8th grade for us. And as I talked before about having some of these guys come through as young for us, can't believe that they're seniors now, and seeing that take place. Tyler Gordon was another guy for us, left-handed pitcher that threw for us and really come on. He threw 11 1/3 innings with a 2.47 ERA. Has really improved for us. Played linebacker in football for us the past couple of years. He'll have a chance to play in the outfield some and get a chance to swing the bat a little bit more for us this year. So we look forward to what Tyler can do for us and be able to throw. Anytime you can throw that lefty in the rotation there, mix things up. Could see him having success for us again this year. And our other, Damaris Ellaby is a senior. He's a catcher, DH. Really not a lot of stats from the standpoint. Hit a little over 200, but has tons of potential. We'll get a chance to play behind the plate some this year. probably play some first base for us and swing the bat. Other guys that are not seniors, as quickly I'll go through. Anthony Strong is a sophomore. Anthony led our team in innings pitched this past year with 35 and a third. He was 3-3 on the year. Really took the ball in the big games with a 1.98 ERA. He also hit in the middle part of our order and end up hitting 365 with 3 home runs for us this year with 25 RBI. When Anthony's not on the mound, you'll see him. He'll play short some for some, and probably first some and third. But he's a guy. He's going to be right there with Braden velo wise. We feel like 85, 87 range. Both of those guys throw 2 to 3 quality pitches that we feel like that they can have a chance to win with us. Our next kid was a kid that played a little bit for us on the JV and ended up playing for us on the varsity some. Tyler Tolson, he's a rising junior. Tyler has a chance to play a little bit in outfield for us, probably a DH, and play first base for us. Has potential to swing the bat for us, we think, and he'll get a chance to do that this year and work his way in the lineup for us. Our starting catcher this past year was Brennan Pace. Brennan has been a starter for us ever since the middle of his 7th grade year. Not a big kid for us, but plays well behind the plate. Was able to call the game well for us. Does a good job defensively. Arm strength has continued to prove. We feel better about where he'll even be with that going into this year. Played linebacker for us in football, so developing some of that mindset and toughness with football for him for us. Swinging the bat wise for us. This past year, he was at make sure I tell you right here. He hit 220 for us as a freshman, and we feel like he's got a chance to jump in those areas, and really feel like he's got a chance to be a good hitter. But what he does behind the plate for us is you can't put a thing on it. A kid the past 2 years that's come up for us and played in the playoffs, and you probably say, well, Coach Wayne, he's been starting for you, is Nick Gordon. Nick's kind of a kid that had a blowout year as receiver for us in football this past year. He's a sophomore this year, tons of potential. He'll play in the outfield for us, runs extremely well, puts pressure on you on the bases. I could see him being a guy that could compete for a job on the varsity for us this year and could potentially, go in that leadoff spot for us. Trying to see if we've got anyone else. Crawford Poole is another kid that may have a chance to play for us, a left-handed pitcher, outfielder. Got a chance to swing the bat for us. Those are some guys. And Terrence Blackman, younger kid that's been on the JV for us that does. Another JV kid that ended up having a good diamond prospect thing for us is Hayden McCormick. It's a kid that's played he's a junior, had a solid year, hit over 300 on the JV for us. Feel like he's got a chance to maybe have a chance to, to put some competition out there to see if he's got a chance to maybe get in the lineup for us as well. And, as a whole, we'll see where it takes us. We got some other guys. Our quarterback in football, Caden Thomas, is a kid that is a really good athlete that is coming on a little bit late bloomer for base, with how much he puts in work with football for at quarterback, but feel like he's got a chance to see what he could do with us as well. So, in a nutshell, and me tired of talking here, I think we have the ingredients there of being able to put a good team there on the field.
Coach, you got a good group of guys there. You went through all those stats, and you play. We talked about it in arguably one of the top regions. Very underrated, nonetheless. What are some expectations you guys have going into this season?
Well, I'll say every year, Sammy, and I know it's kind of cliche. You probably hear it from all the coaches, but we try to break the season down into 3 sections, with the preseason and then the regular season. And then, as we move into postseason play, and, we feel like that we want to be able to continue to get better. We don't want to bloom too early, so to speak. We want to be able to build this. We know that if we don't build it the right way, I think the biggest thing with our team is letting them understand just because we're older doesn't mean that we're better. I hope we're more hungry to be able, because like I said, the ingredients are there, but it's not easy. But with that being said, I hope we can be hungry and know that we've been close here the past couple of years with, maybe not so much of being a runner-up or playing for a state championship, but being close to advancing and, getting to that point. You never know what can happen. But, our goal every year will be to continue to get better. And, it's been a few years since we won the region championship. We'd like to be able to get that under our belt, put ourselves in good position as far as positioning for the playoff wise, and, see where that we could do that and, have a chance to have some home field advantage and use that, and be able to move this program forward with the veterans that we do have, with the mixture of some youngers, because we do have some veterans, but you can see we got some sophomores and on this team that have a chance to play for us. They're going to probably play some big roles for us as well, and hoping that we could hoping that we have the desire to continue to play a lot in May. And, I'll just be honest with you. We're really putting a lot of emphasis on advancing to where we were at last year to putting ourselves in position to compete with, the best team in the state.
Well, it's not every day where you get an opportunity to talk to the head coach and the mayor at the exact same time. So this is very few opportunities we get to have this one on here. So, you always got that leg up on the opposing coach you got over there. So they can't always say that one at you over there. But obviously a lot of changes across, obviously, high school baseball with a lot of the realignment going on out there. But I think y'all's like Drew hit on the head. Y'all's region stayed tough and probably continues to get even tougher. So, you guys got a good product that get out there, and we're excited to come watch not only the mayor coach but Cheraw get out there and get after it and watch one of the top teams in that region and in y'all's district and all that, get after it. So we appreciate you hopping on and joining us and telling everybody what you guys got brewing over there, and hopefully this the start of the season cranks off good for you guys and you stay warm right now, and best of luck in everything. So we appreciate you, Coach.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me. I appreciate what you're doing. It really is, Sammy, and I'm not just saying because I'm on here with you. It's good to be able to get this type of access to all the schools and bring in baseball to even more of a forefront. We appreciate what you guys do in doing that, and to be able to take a step forward. Whether that's a 1A team or a 5A team, and just to improve the level of how baseball's covered. And I'm extremely appreciative of that. And I know our school and our kids are, and everything that you guys have done with your prospect camps and all the other things. We're just truly appreciative to be able to have that in a fashion that I think baseball deserves, and I appreciate the opportunity and being able to do that for our community and school as well. But we do appreciate you guys and what effort y'all put in to covering it.